Hey guys, Cheyenne O'Bray here, and I'm here today in Anacortes at the marina and just really soaking up the beautiful scenery I am blessed to get to enjoy. I came out today to get some dentistry done, so my mouth is a little swollen and my speech a little slurred, so I apologize for that, but I have just an interesting topic that I want to share with you guys today. And it's interesting to me that I feel like at this point in my journey, I seem most fascinated and intrigued by this topic, and that is soul connections and past life connections with our spirit tribe. Have you ever thought just how interesting and fascinating it is to cross paths with somebody and to think about the sequence of events that have to take place for you guys to meet? I know that I went through some photos of my boyfriend and I in the last 10 months that we've shared time together, and it brought me back to the memory of running into him 2 times in one day. And mind you, we live in a small town and have some of the same friends and stuff, but it's just interesting, and the thought of him, I couldn't quite just escape my mind for a whole week. I remember before I reached out to him, just thinking about him. And it's interesting though, when we meet people, even if just for a short period of time, that soul connection and the way that the universe works and life lessons that come with the people that we meet and the people that cross our paths. And so it's interesting because I actually just recently had a QHHT hypnosis, past life regression, actually this last Sunday in Everett with Vaughn. I'll share her link in the comment section below. She has her own YouTube channel if you're interested in this. But as most of you know, I read a lot of Brian Weiss's books. And actually one of his first ones that I read was Many Lives, Many Masters. And right now I'm reading Only Love is Real, a story of soulmates reunited. And it's very intriguing to me that today, as I was reading in the dentist office waiting to go back, I read this and I just feel it really placed on my heart to share. And as interesting as it is, it turns out I was a messenger in one of my past lives. And so I feel like now I understand a little bit more why I have it always so strongly placed on my heart to share my journey and the wisdom that I gain and just the things that I believe, and not even to push it on somebody. A lot of people, when I talk about the things that I'm interested in or intrigued by, probably think that, wow, Cheyenne's gone completely crazy. But it's interesting to just see the way that the world is working right now and know, everybody has their own beliefs. And I think that love in this life is all that really matters, and just learning how to agree to disagree on some things, or just to keep an open mind even more and just follow what your intuition says. And so it's interesting though. I'll go ahead and read this to you. That Brian L. Weiss writes. He says, "I like to think of soul relationships as similar to a large tree with 1,000 leaves on it. Those leaves that are on your twig are intimately close to you. You may even share experiences, soul experiences, among yourselves. There may be 3 or 4 or 5 leaves on your twig. You are also highly and closely related to the leaves on the branch next to yours. They share a common limb. They are close to you, but not as close as the leaves on your own twig. Similarly, as you extend farther out along the tree, you are all still related to these other leaves or souls, but not as closely as those in your immediate proximity. You are all part of one tree and one trunk. You can share experiences, you know each other, but those on your twig are the closest. There are many trees in this beautiful forest. Each tree is connected to the others through the root system in the ground. So even though there may be a leaf on a distant tree that seems quite different from you and very far away, you are still connected to that leaf. You are connected to all leaves, but you are the most closely connected to those on your tree, and even more intimately connected to those on your branch, and almost as one with those on your own twig. You probably have met the other souls further out on your tree in previous lifetimes. They may have been in many different relationships with you. Their interactions may have been extremely brief. Even a 30-minute encounter could have helped you learn a lesson or helped them or the both of you, as is usually the case. One of these souls may have been the beggar in the road to whom you gave a heart's gift, allowing you to extend your compassion to another human being and allowing the recipient to learn about receiving love and help. You and the beggar may have never met again in that lifetime, and yet you are part of the drama. Your meetings vary in duration, 5 minutes, 1 hour, a day, a month, a decade, or more. This is how souls relate. Relationships are not measured in time, but in lessons learned. And I love that. I'm going to say that again. Relationships are not measured in time, but in lessons learned. And it's interesting as I grow and really do a lot of reflection, and I understand, everybody comes into our life and lifetimes for reasons, and we may not always understand it, but always keep an open mind and an open heart to those soul connections, and especially the ones where you feel just so familiar with. It's such an interesting part of my journey to get to experience the past life regression and experiencing 3 of my past lives, in which some of the people that are in my spirit tribe on my soul branch, if you will, have actually been big parts of past lives, the 3 that were shown to me in this last regression. And so I just want to say to you guys, during this time of craziness in the world, just remember that every connection you have is for a reason, and try to stay of higher vibrations and just love, peace, namaste. If you enjoyed this, I highly recommend checking out the link to the books that I'll post below and some information on the QHHT hypnosis, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Namaste.